Hello class, welcome to another asynchronous 4th grade music lesson with Mr. Moffitt. For today, you will not need your recorder, you will just need your ears. We're going to test your ears to see how sensitive they are to different notes and different frequencies. We've done this high-low note test before, and some of you may have done it in the form of a Kahoot we played a while back. We're going to do it now in our asynchronous lesson without the Kahoot, and you're just going to have to listen and try to respond and guess what notes are higher or lower. We're going to be using one of my favorite instruments.
Thank you.
You guessed it, the clarinet. The clarinet is a woodwind instrument. It uses a reed, and similar to recorder, you have your left hand high and your right hand low. Also similar to recorder, it has a series of open holes or keys. There are 6 on the front and 1 in the back of the instrument. I'm going to play a series of notes, and I'll play them in pairs. What you have to do is tell me what the second note does. So if I play the first note really high and the second note much, much lower, your answer is lower because the second note went lower than the first note. We know the notes are lower because the pitch sounds just deeper, maybe a darker sound. The wavelengths aren't as intense or compact or smushed together. The waves are actually spread further. So an example of a high note would be this. An example of that same note but a couple octaves lower is this. A couple quick details before we begin I forgot to mention. Number 1, I'll be playing each pair of notes twice so you get a better chance to hear them and kind of get a feel for what that second note does, and you're not having to like rewind or backtrack the video. I'll play every pair 2 times each so you get a better shot at it. Detail number 2, the even numbered questions, question 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 are going to be more advanced, a higher difficulty level. Questions 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, the odd number questions, are going to be a bit easier because the notes will be spread really quite a bit apart, a large interval. So it'll be probably easier to process that and see which one's higher or lower. But those even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, the notes are going to be so close together that they're almost the same note. So you have to really listen carefully. And one last tip. One of the answers is not going to be lower or higher. It's going to be same because I'm going to repeat the same note for the pair. So one of the notes doesn't change. Okay, here we go. Question 1. What does the second note do? Higher, lower, or the same? I'll repeat that one more time. Okay, what do you think? And the answer is question 2. This is one of the more advanced difficulty levels. Listen close. What does the second note do? I'll repeat that one more time. Higher, lower, or the same? What do you think? The correct answer is on to question 3. What does the second note do? I'll repeat that one more time. Okay, higher, lower, or the same? What was that second note? Let's see what the answer is. Question number 4. What does the second note do? Go higher, go lower, or stay the same? Here we go. Let's listen again. This is one of those more challenging ones. Okay, higher, lower, or the same? What'd you think? Okay, let's see what the answer is. Question number 5. What does the second note do? Let's listen to that one again. Okay, higher, lower, or the same? What do you think? The answer is... On to question number 6. How are you doing so far? We're halfway there. Anybody get all 5 of them correct? Hope so. Number 6, the second note, higher or lower, or the same? Let me try that again. Okay, see, even band directors mess up sometimes. Let me do one more time. Okay, that second note, what does it do? Go higher, go lower, or stay the same? One more try. This is one of those more challenging ones because the notes are crammed right next to each other. They're almost the same note, but they're not. Or are they? Ooh, I might have given it away. What do you think? The correct answer is... On to question number 7. Second note, is it higher, lower, or the same as the first note? Let's take a listen. Okay, I'll do that pair of notes one more time. Listen closely. So the second note, was it higher than the first, lower than the first, or the same as the first? What do you think? The proper response is... Okay, on to question number 8. Higher, lower, or the same? I'll do that pair one more time. Listen closely. What do you think the second note did? Think about it. Here is the proper response. And our last question of the day. Higher, lower, or the same note? This one's a challenging one. Listen closely. Did you hear it? Let me do it one more time. Same 2 notes. What does the second one do? Okay, what do you think? Some of you have a perfect score, 9 out of 9, and it all hinges on this one answer being correct. And if it is, you get 10 out of 10. Let's see. The answer is... Raise your hand if you got all 10 correct. Anybody? Anybody out there? Okay, a few people did. If you got 5 or more, then you did extremely well. That means half the time or more than half the time, your ear was able to detect the range of the notes and the differences between the different frequencies. All notes are vibrations. A vibration causes a sound. We hear that sound, and our ears detect the range and also the tone color. Obviously, this tone color sounds different than a trumpet and a recorder and a clarinet and all the other instruments out there. So we hear all those finite little changes. And the more clearly you can hear and you can differentiate between sounds, the better it's going to serve you if you ever are a musician, if you ever choose to play an instrument. And you guys are in a cool situation. Very soon you're going to be eligible to join band and play an instrument. And we'll talk more about that later as we go through the year. But hopefully you enjoyed this high-low note challenge. I hope you did really well. And that's all we're going to do for today. There's not a written assignment or a Google form to turn in. What I would love for you to do is take this time to catch up on your recorder music. We have 5 songs we've worked on. Not many people have done all 5. Some people have gotten close, but there's quite a few people who are missing 1 or 2 or more of them. So please backtrack the assignments. Look in Google Classroom. Practice all of them. The last one was a really long one. Old MacDonald Had a Farm was 4 lines long. So that takes a lot of time to practice. But watch the videos. If you need help on them, look at the sheet music. Do your best to try to catch up with those. And we'll continue on with a new song next time. Okay, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.